Hey guys and gals, let's have a look at WALLl and I by LEGO BrickHeadz. This is set number 40619. And it doesn't tell us the piece count, but obviously we get to make WALLl and I. And yes, I've seen this movie before. And here's the back of the box. And don't worry, you'll get your hot little hands on this soon enough. And that's pretty much what it is. Just two BrickHeadz. I don't know what their official name is. This is actually the first one I've ever had, and yeah, doesn't look too bad. The box is catching my attention. Well, let's head over to the Lego table and take a closer look. Here's a better look at the box. So that's what we'll be unboxing right now. Now this one doesn't even have thumb pusher things, and it's a very small set, so I have to use the box cutter for this one. So the box cutter's happy today. Now what do we get inside of one of these? We'll take a look. I don't know if I mentioned it, but LEGO did provide the set to me for review. We're going to take a peek in here. And we're going to do this all in one shot, and then we're going to do the review. So we get two instruction manuals. So I'm taking it that this set here can be built with a partner. Doesn't say on the box, but I'm assuming that these are two complete separate builds. And we got some 6x6 plates. And looks like we got two bag number 1s and a number 2. Well, let's dive right on in, and we're going to start unbagging some stuff here real quick. And we're going to go ahead and do the small bag number 1 first. And no, I'm not going to mix all these up because I got to put this together, and then we'll do the review. So let's see what we got in here. And yes, it's pretty small there. Oh, reddish brown, brittle brown. Number 1 rounded 1x2 plates, not too bad. And some of these slope lattice pieces, some 2x2 flat tiles. Oh, an inverted 2x2 by 2/3 plate with bow. And a 1x2 plate with friction fork. And yes, it is a bedside unboxing. It's like almost 3 in the morning. Getting back to my old groove again. And we got some flat tiles of various sizes, 1x1 plates. You know, stuff that I see millions of times. And we're just going to slide that off over there. Take a look at that bag 1. Tell me how the audio quality is on these things. I've been getting my act together, keeping the recordings a bit more crisper than they usually are. Okay, so we got some flame yellow 4x4 plates and some 1x4 bricks. Ooh, this one's printed. I think these BrickHeadz usually are. Now, I always have people ask me, well, why do you like the printed stuff? You can't just peel that off. Well, I'd rather have it unless I ever want to expand on the build and make a bigger version of this. So we got, looks like 2 eyepieces. Probably something you'd see in Minecraft maybe. And, oh, okay, some of these 1x2 by 1 2/3 brick with 8 studs. So you can put these together and make a die or something. And then some of these little leaf pieces. 1x2 bricks with 2 studs. Okay, there we got a 2x2 plate with friction fork. Oh, a red toolbox. I can always use those. And, whoa, where are you going back over there? And, oh, these are brittle brown 2x2 bricks. And yes, I've broken a few of these, as well as the studs with the through hole. So we got to be careful with those. 1x2 transparent clear plate. And one of these friction forks with the friction stub. Huh. And 2x2 plates, some 1x4 flat tiles, 1x3 plates, some of these holders. Well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much medium to small stuff in here, but at least the stuff is printed. Slide that over there. That's bag 1. Now we're going to look at bag 2. And yes, we're doing it all in one sitting today. Okay, so I'm assuming this is probably I. Okay. 2x4 by 2/3 plate with bow. I used a couple of these for my yellow school bus, so there we go. Oh, okay. First off, I don't care about that. That's what I care about. Look at that, a 2x2 transparent clear brick. If LEGO would bring these out in orange would be perfect. I need those. And we got another one of those. Oh, here's an inverted double 45-degree slope. One by 4 bricks. Now I may not be able to cover everything in one of these, so we're going to try to do the best we can here. All right, some white bricks, 1 by 4 bricks. Got plenty of those. And ooh, dark blue 2x2 by 2/3 plate with 2 studs. And yes, these are a companion with these, just like that. I wish I didn't have this piece on the back, but you know. And yes, we do get a couple of these 1x2 bricks with the 2 studs and what I call neon yellow or fluorescent yellow. Look at that, it's pretty cool, bright yellow. And how do you know the difference? Let's see if the camera will show this. The top is regular yellow. So you can see how this one's a little bit more brighter. I wonder if these would activate with a black light. Probably so. A coral 1x2 plate. Plenty of transparent 1x2 plates. And a nice light transparent blue round brick. Now these I can always use. 2x2 plates with the 2 studs on one side. Did we get a bunch in there or just those 2? Wow, that's not too impressive, LEGO. I was expecting a million packed in there. Well, there's another one. Oh, that's a regular 2x2 plate. Got a Nexel shield. Like I said, I'm looking for anything that's printed, anything that looks cool. Looks like the box doesn't show anything on this guy, so I guess I just has 2 blue eyes. More precisely, medium azure, and this is dark azure. So you get a couple 1x4 bricks with 4 studs, and some of these squashed 1x1 bricks with the hole on the top. These actually got a lot of uses for them, so I'm glad these are actually out now. And so far, that's pretty much about it for the parts. So let me resituate things. Before we dive into the review, I need to get these set up in such a way that I can look at them and admire them. So what I'm gathering is probably one plate goes here and one plate goes here, but I don't know yet. Just by looking at these parts, yeah, a lot of smaller stuff, some unique pieces, but nothing that's really catching my eye. Plenty of smaller parts, angular plates and studs and 2x2 plates and stuff like that. A lot of these pieces I could use for other mocks. So is there any good pieces that you could use in there? I don't know. For me, we'll have to see. But now, let's head over and take a look at this set after it has been assembled. Off to the left, we have WALLl, and on the right, we have I. They're nice brick-built figures. Now we're doing the 360 tour. And my turntable's got a nice rattle noise in it. And figure out what that's about. And that's pretty much about it. They're just BrickHeadz. They're meant to look good. So, you know, for the most part, they seem pretty sturdy, but I think they're meant to come off these bases. So, pretty cool. Now, for the review. That's pretty much about it for the tour. Build experience. It's a very relaxing build. Nothing too complicated. It's very relaxing. And it was all around pretty easy. There was one instance in the instruction manual where I had to figure out where to put this one piece at in I. And this build is obviously not meant for big hands. So I may take a few things apart to give it a try or two to put this little piece in. It's right inside the base here. Not sure why they put that down in there. I don't know what its significance is. Other than that, though, the build's pretty good. Now, for build quality, yeah, I mean, I think they're meant to remove from the stands. They seem okay. I mean, probably wouldn't want to roughhouse with these too much because they may flake apart. Other than that, though, that's just very basic brick construction. That's why they're BrickHeadz. Could these be dropped in a city? No. About mock building, you can probably make custom ones, but for the most part, not really. Which leads to play value. Now, these are meant to be as shelf queens, so I don't think they're meant to really be played with. Just something to look at and admire. And yes, that down there is printed, by the way. So, all in all, I'm pretty happy with this set. I'd say a 9 to a 9.5, only because there was one part of the manual that I couldn't really figure out what they were talking about. But other than that, it's a very fun build, and each one of these are solo, so you and a partner can build one, the other one can build the other. So you'll just have to fight over which one you're going to build. Other than that, though, I really don't have anything negative to say about it. It is a very nice build all around. I enjoyed putting it together. It's a very relaxing, quick build at that. The retail price of this set is $14.99 for 155 bricks. Do I think it's worth it? For the parts count, yes. That's about roughly 10 cents per brick, so that's not too terribly bad. And for about 20 minutes of build time, I mean, it's okay for the price. But for me personally, though, I didn't get ripped off or anything like that. It didn't feel like I wasted my time. It was just basically an all-enjoyable build. So if you're building this with a partner or with your child, it'd be a really good build. So yes, I think $14.99 is a very good price for this set. So tell me what you think. Is it a good build for that price? Let me know in the comments.